Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Gypsy Nicky. I hope everyone is doing well. I wanted to take a look at today the impact of the announcement of the Queen's death on the manipulation on the price of silver. Or in my past readings, in all my financial readings, she always came up, like I said before, as the event of her dying was a key marker in terms of things beginning to, events beginning to set into place and things beginning to move towards the new financial system. So let's take a look at now. Interesting. Between now, let's look at September. What can we expect? Because the announcement has happened. What can we now expect? How will the announcement of her death impact now the manipulation on the price of silver? Will the manipulation on the real, true price of silver come to an end? What can we expect? So in September, will the manipulation on the price of silver come to an end because of her death? And I'll do a timing spread, right? It's a 7-card timing spread. Let's see what the cards have to say. Okay, this is interesting. Now with the Thoth death, the Thoth tarot deck, I can get, there's more information. The cards are similar to the Rider-Waite in terms of the numerology meaning, the meaning of the cards, but the Thoth deck, somehow I'm able to get more energy downloads, more information, more detailed information. So overview, the what we have for the impact of the Queen's and the announcement of her death on the manipulation. So for September, the overview, the outcome is this is the Knight of Swords in the Thoth, which is the King of Swords, the equivalent to the King of Swords in the Rider-Waite. So this is a new rules. Swords are to do with information, to do with rules, to do with law, and he's a king he's a knight in the Thoth deck, which is a king in the Rider-Waite. So he's the highest of the court cards. So this is, he's someone who very much, when he's well aspected, which he is in this case, follows the rules. There's proper rules in place, new rules, new legislation in place. And I feel like also when the energy I get when I look at this card, there's a man on a horse, and he's kind of leading the way. So he's very much a leader, and I see someone who has really. Then there's three birds underneath, right? 3 birds. So I feel there's also someone who's taking the lead in this. Someone who is a King of Swords equivalent, who's very much about the justice, because King of Swords is also about justice. It's to do with rules, justice, swords, and he's leading the way. So I feel it might be a world leader. He's leading the way. There's 3 little birds here who are following underneath, and the energy that I'm getting is someone, a world leader, who's leading the way in terms of setting up a new precious metals exchange or new rules, and there's already starting, these birds are following him. So there's already other countries that are following him. So there's a new system that is underway, a new regulations, new exchange underway in terms of silver. So I would say that also with how this is aspected, that yes, by the end of September, we're on our way to the end of the manipulation of the price of silver, because this also how this is aspected. In the past we have the 10 of Cups, and 10 of Cups is always an ending. So this is the past. There was an ending, and I feel with this card, this is very much also a family card. You can see all these cups. There's water flowing actually from the top tier cards. So this is the Tree of Life. I mean, it's irrelevant well, not, it's not irrelevant, but you don't, as a viewer, you don't need to know that. But the way that I feel this in terms of the tears, you've got all these these connections, these emotional bonds between all these different cups. So there's been an ending. The 10 is always an ending, because you can see the cups are, they're not stable, they're not straight. So the cups are about to tip over, right? So and also this is like it's the end, because these cups, any more water and they're going to tip over. And also it's the end, I feel, of the download I get is the end of a family. It's the end of a family that was a group of people who were connected, who were family, or part of the same family, connected via emotional bonds, connected via emotional oaths, connected via emotional vows to manipulate the silver. It's the end of them. So her death, that's in the past. Her death is the ending of that emotional, of the whole family connection and the vows. I feel like she was at the top, or somewhere near the top, and and feeding all the rest of these family members, because in the tree of life you've got like the father, the mother, you've got spirit, then you've got you've got the brother, the sister, you've got like the princess. Yeah, it's a family tree. And I feel she was somewhere here, maybe not quite at the head, but she was very high up, and now that's ended. So her announcement of the death is the ending of all these vows. This is emotion, this is bonds, emotional vows, emotional commitments. It's the end of that family. Her announcement, very positive, very, very positive. And because of that, it brings in, this is the Prince of Wands, who's the Knight of Wands in the Rider-Waite. And you can see that because of this now allows, he's very much on a mission. He's fire, he's total fire, and he's very much on a mission. So when it comes to the silver, the end of the manipulation, silver is allowed. Now that has ended. That whole family who were keeping a price of silver manipulated in the past for hundreds of years, right? It was like a family thing. It was a vow, a commitment. It was a really messed up, like, in the family kind of thing. So messed up. That's the feeling. That's the download I get. So now, yes, silver is allowed to go. It is allowed to be freed now. And that is the Prince of Wands. And also, with this energy, what I get also, because this energy is very much like it's about passion, power, following your mission. He's very much a spirit warrior. I also, the energy that I get, because also the color of the card, like it's very much red and oranges. I keep on getting like the East. So something, arising in the East, where this has ended, this family commitment has ended. And now silver is allowed to go free, and I keep on getting like the East. It starts off in the East of the world, the Eastern world. Okay, that's the feeling that I get. That's just the energy I get. And the hidden influence. So in the near future, so it is allowed to go free. And the near future is that this is the eight of discs. This is which is the Eight of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite. So this is a tree. So this is a very practical card, right? And something that needs to be built. It's a very practical card. It needs something that still needs to be built in order to provide a very good foundation, to allow the price of silver to be reflected at its true value. So this is in the future. I feel this is something, there's still there's practical steps underway still for the price of silver. Something practical, something that needs to be, that is probably has already been built. It's maybe 80% of the way of being built. It could be to do with like another exchange, but there's steps underway. So there's very specific practical steps. There's going to be like very specific events, like one after the other, that does pertain to the end of the manipulation of silver. And so it could be like very specific steps that need to happen. Maybe, there's like, for instance, the COMEX, like there's fraud on the COMEX that gets found out. The COMEX comes down. There's steps, and maybe there's like, then there's something new that's being built elsewhere. There's specific steps to building something physical, and I feel it's to do with a new precious metal exchange. And the hidden influence is the star. And the star is about exposure. The star is about vulnerability. Interestingly, this was also the hidden influence in the crypto reading we did yesterday. So there's vulnerability, there's exposure. So as this as these steps are underway, because this is how it's aspected, these steps are underway. Like I feel for like a building of a new precious metal exchange, because surrounding that is also the death card. So this is the death. There's a transformation, right? There's a death. Again, there may be some vulnerability here. There may be, as we switch from the old system to the new system, as there's a dying of the old precious metal exchange and the building of the new, right? So there's some practical steps that still need to be in play in order for the true value of silver to be reflected at its true value as opposed to manipulated. And there is the death. So the advice is, there's the death of a manipulation. There's the death of the manipulation. That's the Prince of Swords, which is the Page of Swords in the Rider-Waite. So the advice is, yes, there's going to be a death of the manipulation. So it's coming to an end, and something new. There's already, like in the near future, there's already a new tree that has already grown, that's going to be revealed. A new foundation, a new tree, a new foundation for the price of silver. And I feel it's a new exchange. It's a new exchange. It's very, very well built on a very good foundation. And it's got like, all these different flowers on it. So it's going to be very fruitful for humanity. So this is very, very good news. But in the meantime, the hidden influence is, there could be some moments of vulnerability. There's a transfer from the old exchange, the old precious metal exchange to a new one. There's a transition. So in that meantime, there's practical steps that need to take place. The hidden influence is that there could be some vulnerability, maybe some periods of time where we may not know the price of silver yet, right? So she's vulnerable as the old system dies. Kind of the similar thing as the crypto. And the overall summary is that, yes. So the end of the manipulation, because of the announcement of the death of the queen. This is the summary for the reading. There is a Knight of Wands, which is a King of Wands in the Rider-Waite. Definitely, he is fire of fire, and he is just going. It gets unleashed. He totally gets unleashed, and ends the illusion. This is the Prince of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups in the Rider-Waite. So it totally gets unleashed and ends the illusion that they had around the price of silver. And there may be a period of time. There's two more cards here that I pulled. There may be a period of time, because this is the Hangman, okay, which is also the Hangman in the Rider-Waite. And there's a pause. So Hangman is someone who deliberately puts himself on pause, because something needs to happen, right? He becomes enlightened. There's like a healing. He's receiving enlightenment. So there's a pause as something is birthed. Is like the sun. The sun is about gold, a new system. So there may be a slight pause or pause on the value. We may not know the value of silver for some time. As a new system it comes out, as a new system is created, as a new exchange system is created, right? So there may be a time where there's a pause, where we transition from the old system to the new system, the old exchange to a new exchange, right? But it's very, very positive. Okay, 2 more cards. It's very, very positive, right? Page of Wands. Very, very positive. It totally gets freed. Page of Wands and clarity. 6 of Swords. Clarity is accuracy as to the correct price of silver. This is moving in the right direction. Totally gets freed. It's the Princess of Wands is the Page of Wands in the Rider-Waite, and she's totally fearless. She's taking the tiger by the tail, and she is just going. Okay, totally fierce and just moving in a new direction that brings in balance. 6 of Swords, clarity, balance in the price. It comes to a balance as to what silver should be, the price. And even with this card, the feeling I get when I look at this card, because it's red and there's a tiger here, is like Russia and China, right? I also get like this. This could also be like Putin grabbing the tiger, which I feel is China. So Putin like grabbing China by the hand, and they just go for it. And there's an unleashing of a new exchange. That's just the download I get when I see the visual of this card, right? Yeah, they're just going for it. And it brings balance. So very, very positive. Very, very, very positive. There's obviously going to be a transition. There may be a period where we don't know the value of the price of silver, right? I mean, it's not accurate anyways. It's completely manipulated. $20 an ounce right now is just absurd. That's like the true value. I mean, it's been suppressed for hundreds of years. So there's going to be a building period in the near future. There's going to be a building period, and I feel they've already been working on this in the near future. It's come unleashed. So right now it's come unleashed, but there's still the steps that need to be built to make sure the foundation is very good, so this manipulation never happens again. And that is going to be underway in the near future. So whilst that is happening, we may get a pause. We may not know the value. So don't panic. Things are good. When you see that, then you know that that's an indicator we're on the right direction. When there's a pause and when there's chaos, what is the true price of silver? You're in the right direction. And I really feel that things are heading towards the east here. It's just got an eastern feel. This old family has died in the past. It's died. It's gone. It's hasta la vista, which is brilliant. And the ending of the manipulation. Yeah. So, very good. Very good news for silver. Let's see. I'm excited. Write in the comments what you think about this, like in terms, in terms of the new exchange coming for silver. Do like, comment, subscribe. We'll keep checking in, and take care.